them actually ask a bunch of questions, which we'll get to later. But I just wanted to, I guess get y'all introduced, and you're on tour right now, Incubus and Jimmy Eat World. How's that going?
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
They were kind of like childhood heroes of ours when we like kind of growing up. Nate's first concert ever was an Incubus show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Brian covered The Middle by Jimmy Eat World in the 7th grade talent show. So it's like
That's awesome.
it's kind of a weird tour for us to be on.
I always make jokes. Oh, I don't make jokes, but I'm a huge Jimmy Eat World fan, and I always say they're strong enough for a man, even though you think they're made for a woman. Because until you like really dig into those albums, they're dark and they're deep. So Jimmy Eat World is one of my favorite bands. So that's pretty cool that you cover that.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Well, that one of my questions, I'm going to ask it now. What were what was one of the coolest concerts you guys went to as a kid? Like, one of those concerts when you were younger that you were like, yes, this is what it's all about.
Other than Incubus, I think it was Dave Matthews for me.
Right.
Saw him a few times in high school.
And the first concert that kind of even actually inspired me to get into music was a band called The Format, which eventually became Fun. They were playing in front of like 100 people in this small venue in Nashville, and it wasn't really my vibe at the time. Like I was kind of a punk jock 7th grade kid, and like there was just like people, like all these kind of hipster people, just kind of like smoking cigarettes and like whatever. But I was just
Stand
really
hipsters.
I'm really drawn to Nate, the front man. Just kind of the way he moved around stage and stuff was really, really cool.
Man, I really don't have a good answer.
You don't have a good
I
answer?
didn't go to cool concerts as a kid.
What was the first concert you ever went to? Ever?
Me? My answer is so terrible. It was this, I think it was this gospel, or not gospel, but like CCM trio, Phillips, Craig, and Dean. What's their big hit?
I hope you're not asking me. Before you guys play your first song, I want to touch on that really quick.
Wait, I have to give my answer because it'll make up for
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Probably Ashley Simpson.
That's to be ashamed
That was
of.
the first one that really moved you?
And did you watch her on stage and go, man, that girl's going places. That music career is going to last forever. You were wrong.
She made me wah.
So Judah and the Lion, actually, the first album you guys put out was a Christian album where you coined as a Christian band. What made you guys kind of flip mode just a little bit to make a little bit different kind of music, to go from Christian to what you're doing now? Or do you guys classify it as basically the same thing?
Ever since Phillips, Craig, and Dean.
I know you saw the light, obviously.
No, we as people are just we want to be accessible, and there's this kind of, for whatever reason, this kind of negative connotation to some people. If there is that kind of like Christian label on a band, that they might not feel accepted or feel like you're judging. I don't know how it kind of works. So we wanted to have a band that was fully accepting, and like our shows, one thing we love about playing music is it brings all sorts of different people together, and I think we as people just kind of like wanted to open it up and open up our shows to that kind of environment, rather than it being kind of a, I don't know, like the reputation being kind of a snooty one, or I don't know.
Well, once you categorize yourself, you kind of limit other people from maybe diving in or seeing what it's all about. So that makes sense to me.
Right. Yeah.
Well, let's do our first song today. Ladies and gentlemen, Judah and the Lion.
I was just telling Elliot back there, we did a, or John, I was talking to John or Elliot, whatever. It doesn't matter. These two guys over here.
I don't know who we are.
Our first tour ever, it was right after our first EP, and we were still in college at Belmont University, where we all went to school and met. And I was playing baseball at the time, so we could really only tour during the summer. And I guess my junior year is when we kind of got together. And anyway, so we came out with this EP, and we pretty much gave away the record for free on this website called Noise Trade, which you give away, the EP for free, and then they exchange. You get emails or whatever back. So I think we had like over 50,000 downloads. We got on like the front page of their thing and got lucky and accumulated like 50,000 emails or whatever. So one of our first house show tours that we ever did in the summer went through like 3 or 4 spots in Texas. So this place has like always been like a magical one for us. It feels like we're kind of coming back home. Anytime we can stop at Buc-ee's and get, we literally had like 4 Bucky beaver pillows in our van that are horribly gross now, but very comfy. Actually, not too comfy. It was more just like for the look of it. But it really does mean like so much to be here and have the support, the station, and our first house show in Texas. Not even this many people showed up, so it means a lot to us.
We love you guys.
Thank you.
That's right.
Be back. So I'm going to talk way too much today because we don't really get to talk very much at our concerts anymore. It's not really the vibe. But this first song is our new single called Suit and Jacket, and it's kind of written out of this place of this emotional like roller coaster of 2016 was for me. Maybe it was for you as well. I feel like in a lot of ways the whole world was kind of going through this thing in 2016, and my first ever nephew was born. We have some nephews in the band. We don't have kids yet or anything like that, but we have nephews, one along the way, and it was just like this moment of like, oh my gosh, like this new little kid that I didn't know before now is here, and I love him a lot. Like I don't just like the feeling that you get is just like unlike any other feeling when you meet that kid. And then about a month after that, my grandpa I was very close with kind of suddenly passed away. And so in all of 2016 was just kind of like really high highs and then really, really low lows, and just moments like that just kind of like make you think and reflect about what you're doing with your life and what even would you tell this kid like about life. And the synopsis that I kind of gathered was like you have control over certain things and you don't have control over certain things, and odds are you should do something about the things you have control over. And with our music, we want to like implore people to go out and live their best life, like whatever that means for you. For us, it means dropping out of school and being in a band. For you, it might be being an accountant or be a program director, or, whatever it means for you, just go out and do it. So that's what the song's about. It's called Suit and Jacket.